About 2 years ago, a New Yorker magazine cartoon came across my Facebook feed that caused me to laugh and cringe at the same time with self-knowledge. The setting for the cartoon was an American suburb. A very old man with thinning hair standing stooped over a walker opened his garage door for his younger son to peer inside. The garage was crammed from floor to ceiling with boxes of stuff, so that no one could even walk into the garage past the garage door. "Son," the father says proudly, "someday all this will be yours." I don't remember if the cartoon showed the face of the younger man. It didn't have to. I can supply the terrified faces of my own adult children. They dread the possibility that my husband and I will leave it to them to go through our disorderly boxes of possessions in our garage. Why is it so difficult, particularly for Americans, to let go of their stuff, their possessions? Why is there a group of us who find it difficult to give away or throw away what we no longer need or have too much of? Why can't we admit, "I once thought I needed this, but I don't now. Maybe someone else needs what I have more than I do"? Apparently, this malady was well known to Jesus. The Gospel of Luke has many stories warning against greed. In the one I'm thinking of, Jesus is talking with his followers. A man interrupts them and demands that Jesus take his side in a dispute with his brother over their family inheritance. The story is found in Luke 12:13 through 21, and goes like this. Someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me." Jesus said to him, "Friend, who set me to be a judge or arbitrator over you?" And Jesus said to the crowd, "Take care. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions." Then he told them a parable. The land of a rich man produced abundantly. And the rich man thought to himself, "What should I do? For I have no place to store my crops." Then he said, "I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build larger ones, and there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, 'Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, and be merry.' But God said to him, 'You fool, this very night your life is being demanded of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be?' So it is with those who store up treasures for themselves, but are not rich toward God." I imagine Jesus telling this parable with humor and exaggeration, and his followers laughing uproariously at the foolishness of the rich man who cared only for himself and not for his poorer, hungry servants, farm workers, and the widows and orphans in his community. How preposterous that he already filled his barn to overflowing and could not generously give away that excess. To think that he tore down his perfectly adequate barns to build a bigger one, spending down his wealth just so he could greedily keep more for himself. He never even considered sharing his wealth or investing in people or his community. He never expressed gratitude to God or anyone for his own abundance. He thought only of anxiously gathering more and someday, deciding he had enough wealth to relax and enjoy life, to eat, drink, and be merry. What if instead he had invested in his community, experiencing the deep joy of giving to others while creating a legacy of gratitude that would outlive him? What if he had asked God, how can I use my belongings to further your mission? I am thankful that many church members are remembering Community of Christ in their wills. They are committing future gifts upon their deaths to mission tithes and to Bridge of Hope to meet the church's retirement obligations. All of us are grateful for this planned giving. They are leaving a legacy for the future, continuing to give after death to the church that meant so much to them in life. I think about the rich man in Jesus' parable. He's called a fool because he leaves no legacy. No one knows what will happen with the rich man's inheritance. He did not understand the urgency of giving to his community right now while he was alive. By holding back and greedily amassing more and more wealth only for himself, he denied himself the joy of making a positive, generous difference to his community during his lifetime. By refusing to invest in others, he leaves no legacy. We all have something to give: time, treasure, testimony, and talents. We all have something to give. Living gratefully and generously requires balance, being thankful for what we have, and stretching our capacity to share what we can. Saving for the future is important, of course. So is knowing we have more than enough so that we can responsibly give right now. Maybe our crammed full barn or garage, storage unit, or closet is just the right size and shouldn't be torn down and expanded. Maybe it's time right now and every day to joyfully give away our excess to address the pressing, urgent needs of today, for our neighbors far and near, and for Community of Christ. As Jesus taught us, let's not measure our lives by an abundance of possessions. Instead, let us be rich toward God.